How to become a better driver. How to improve your driving. Consider the time you first learned to drive. You were undoubtedly instructed by an adult in your life that driving is both a responsibility and a privilege. Even though your everyday commute may not seem like a privilege, you still have a responsibility to drive safely. There's always space for growth when it comes to driving, regardless of your level of experience or whether you recently completed driver's ed. Here are 10 things you can do to improve your ability to drive safely and sensibly. Enroll in a driving safety course. Online driving lessons are actually quite decent refresher courses for anyone who has been driving for a time, and the answers to those driver's license tests are a fuzzy memory, in addition to saving you money on your auto insurance and removing points from your driving record. Do you know how to judge from your speed how far ahead the car in front of you should be? These videos discuss topics like that. Parking with accuracy. Once you get the hang of it, parking is usually simple, but knowing a few tips can come in handy in confined spaces or if you've never driven backwards before. Here is an infographic with instructions for parallel parking in detail as well as backward, forward, and parallel parking. Consider installing these DIY sound sensors for your car if you want even more assistance when parking but aren't fortunate enough to have a vehicle with a backup camera. Keep your hands in the appropriate places on the steering wheel. Driving instructors have long instructed students to maintain their hands on the wheel at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions. These rules have altered in recent years, so you should now keep your hands lower, at either 9 and 3 or 8 and 4. The most ergonomic way to keep your hands for extended periods of time is in this position, which also gives you more control and stability while driving. You become a better driver right away by allowing your muscles to be more relaxed and having more control over your vehicle. In a collision, the way you hold the steering wheel could seriously hurt you. Cover your blind spots by adjusting your mirrors. Similar to the above, you should adjust your side mirrors so that they barely overlap your rear view mirror. This is a better technique to position your mirrors than you may have been taught. Driving while asleep is prohibited, or not otherwise alert. We are all aware of the risks associated with driving after drinking, but one study found that 1 out of every 6 fatal crashes involved a driver who was severely sleep deprived. Some people even drive while asleep. Anytime your ability to think clearly could be impaired, whether due to drinking, inadequate sleep, a new medicine, or even a severe cold, you should avoid driving or find another means of transportation. Skip the speeding. We all want to arrive at our destinations faster, but it turns out that speeding just serves to raise your risk of getting into an accident or receiving a speeding penalty. Here is the math involved and why it is best to simply drive at or below the suggested speeds. Know how to merge into traffic safely. Traffic, driving anger, and accidents are all results of ineffective lane merging. While some drivers cut lanes aggressively, others do so gently and far in advance of an exit. The best, most effective course of action for all of us is to maintain our composure and zipper merge, taking turns at each point. It merited a shot. Be patient when merging or when others are attempting to merge, but avoid being the obstruction in the middle of the lane. We can cooperate to make the traffic better for everyone. Take command of challenging driving situations. Hazardous driving circumstances have the power to confuse even the most seasoned drivers. Here are some driving tips for winter driving conditions that include driving on black ice, how to see better at night while driving, how to pass a car safely on a 2-lane road, and why wearing sunglasses is preferable to using cruise control in the rain. Put away the distractions and concentrate on your destination. We are all aware by this point that texting while driving is illegal and harmful. It is feasible to use a cell phone while driving securely, but if you don't need it for navigation, you should just switch it off and put it in your bag. However, the issue is not just with your cell phone. You won't be able to drive as well if you are eating, fiddling with the radio, or having a chatty passenger. Although texting and driving risks are receiving a lot of attention, the main problem is distracted driving in general. This is related to the distraction caused by not knowing exactly where you are or how to get to where you want to go. You can find yourself asking, wait, which highway am I supposed to go on? And in a hurry, make a quick, risky move even with your phone's or car's navigation system. Before you get in your car, try to plan out your route as much as you can, even using Google Street View, so that you are familiar with the landmarks and troublesome crossroads. Finally, driving more is the best method to improve your driving skills, as the nice people at driverseducation point out in their videos on driving techniques. Of course, you should drive carefully and keep the aforementioned in mind. After all, it is a skill, one we shouldn't take for granted too much.